Hi everyone, welcome back. Hi Luigi, how have you been?
Excellent, George. I salute you. How are you, good
I
sir?
salute you too, good sir. We had for once, I would say, it's been a while. We have some good news. In fact, we have multiple good news. And I gotta say, Luigi, I prefer when we spread the good news, the good vibes.
There isn't that much good news going around
Yeah,
recently.
it's
So this,
precious, folks.
this is a rare sort of
This is a rare gem from us,
pleasure.
people.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
This is for a rare gem. Should we start with? Let's start with the main subject, Luigi. Quickly. Finally, after fuck knows how long, to be honest, at this point, the International Criminal Court has finally issued boom, 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 the arrest warrant for Benjamin Netanyahu and two others, namely Gallant, the ex-defense minister, and a Hamas guy. Two of the other Hamas guys, important to note, died before the judges could issue the warrants. Israel killed them. So we couldn't have a warrant for those guys. But the prosecutor did his job rightly. It's important to know because Israelis have come out with, oh, they only came out with a warrant for a dead guy because you killed them, people. Because you killed them. That's why. If you hadn't killed them, there'd be warrants for Ismail Haniyeh and the rest of them.
So
Sorry, Luigi.
it's been a few months. It's been a few months in the making. Finally, the warrants arrive. As you pointed out, the guy on the Palestinian side has already been killed, according to the Israelis.
Yes, there's one, what is it, Mohammed Deif, who is probably dead, but they still came out with a warrant for him because it's not 100% certain. The other two are 100% certain dead. So we go for the three top boys, three top war criminals of the year, I would say. Congratulations, Bibi. It's been long overdue. War crime arrest warrant. I love that. I love that. Do you want specifically, Luigi, the reasons?
Go ahead.
Reasonable grounds to believe that Netanyahu and Gallant, his ex-defense minister, bear criminal responsibility for the war crime of starvation as a method of warfare and the crimes against humanity of murder, persecution, and other inhumane acts. In addition, the panel said there were reasonable grounds to believe that they bear criminal responsibility as civilian superiors for the war crime of intentionally directing an attack against the civilian population. And there's a bunch of others for Mohammed as well. This is unprecedented, Luigi. The first time that the leaders of a democracy in a Western aligned state have been charged by the court in its 22-year history. Sorry, yes, Luigi.
Which is not that long, to be honest.
No, it's a fairly fresh court, yes.
We have to point out that this happened against like the mightiest foreign policy apparatus, that being the United States, ever. I mean, the US has been opposing this at every turn, and still it goes through.
Oh, yes.
I mean, you remember how they came after the prosecutor,
yes.
His family, after they issued the request for a warrant, basically.
Ted Cruz and a bunch of wankers sent him a mob boss threatening letter, right? Basically.
Exactly. Of the sorts, yeah. Like
you fuck with us, we fuck with you. Something like that. So
Oi, Vito.
The heaviest balls have finally delivered. Finally. And the three judges took a while. What is that? What is this arrest warrant then, Luigi? This International Criminal Court arrest warrant. Because the International Court has no actual police force, right? There's no International Criminal Court police force.
I think supposedly, assuming that the country is a signatory to the ICC,
yes,
then they are obligated to arrest them if they step foot in that country. However, I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Which are 124 countries that signed their own statute.
Yeah, but okay, so hear me out. Is this like a step in the right direction in terms of like ending the slaughter and like getting attention on the issue? Sure. But not a lot of people are discussing this. First of all, like it somehow missed the news cycle, I have to be honest. And at the same time, like, what does it mean really? So Netanyahu, like a deeply unpopular prime minister
Yes,
that is
and
very
Gallant.
likely,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that is very likely to lose re-election, is suddenly not gonna be able to travel around. And like
It's
his
true.
vacation spots are only gonna be like half of the planet. I mean, do we really give a shit?
Slightly less than half, Luigi, and possibly the best spot, some would argue.
Some some would argue the point being irrelevant. The man simply has to change his travel plans to get around this international arrest warrant, which
I
is
think it's gonna be bad,
ridiculous at
Luigi.
best.
I think it's gonna be bad for the man, but I mean, in terms of the greater, what you're talking about, in terms of resolving the actual conflict and stuff like that, it is only as a small first step, yeah. Because I
Yeah.
think in the long term, it affects Netanyahu, but I mean, they're gonna change him eventually. Even the great Bibi will have to relinquish his hold on power in Israel. So I mean, yeah, there's not gonna be any travel plans after that. I mean, Gallant, I don't think many give a shit anyway whether he goes to Europe or not. I mean, there's a lot of signatories. We're talking about all of Latin America, bar Cuba and Haiti, 33 African countries, all European Union countries. Germany, I think, hasn't made a comment yet. Eagerly awaiting Germany's comment, Luigi. Because everyone else, apart from the United States, of course, I mean, Bibi called them anti-Semites, obviously. Wow. What a twist.
It's the ultimate defense.
Yes. You got
Yeah.
one card, you gotta keep playing it, son.
I mean, it's a defensive move with a success rate of 100%.
100% Luigi. Absolutely. So you got the United States, pretty much the only country that I've seen that does not openly does not agree with it. Maybe the idiot in Argentina as well, but who gives a shit? So you got the United States being like they have no jurisdiction. I mean, during the whole thing, they themselves argued that they have jurisdiction during the decision, the three judges of the ICC. I mean, they stated that they have jurisdiction over Palestine. Palestine is a signatory, so we have jurisdiction basically. And imagine if Putin was just like, you don't have jurisdiction. What would the United States say then, Luigi? I wonder.
For
Sorry. Yes.
comparison, like Putin has a
Oh,
similar
yeah.
arrest warrant out. Like nothing's gonna happen. Like he's
He
a head of
didn't go
state.
to South Africa when they had the BRICS meeting
Oh,
last year. A
wow,
tremendous blow to his standing, Luigi.
wow, wow.
I mean,
I'm
you're right.
sure.
It's a first step. It's the best the ICC could have done. Could we give some
Yeah,
credibility to the
that
ICC then,
that
specifically?
one institution has done its job.
Congratulations. Yeah, it has
Yeah.
grown to maturity, Luigi, I think.
However,
Finally, and yeah, go on.
a suite of many other international institutions have utterly failed. The UN being the
The
biggest one.
UN Security Council, absolute failure, dealing with all of the crisis, to be honest. And I mean, how would it deal with the Ukrainian crisis when you've got Russia directly in the council and involved
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the action? But I mean, in terms of Israel-Palestine, failed, absolutely, yeah.
yeah, because you have the US on the other side
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
blocking everything that would try to bring
But yeah, the
let's say, ceasefire.
ICC doing much better, you would say. And it's important to note the hypocrisy because the US has often applauded the arrest warrants against Putin that came from the ICC.
I mean, when it suits us, we applaud the
Yeah,
ICC.
we love it, folks.
Yeah,
But I mean, I heard a response, Luigi, by Waltz, the neocon, who's the incoming national security advisor to Trump. He was like,
yeah.
expect retribution, whatever the fuck. Yeah. So I mean, I think I'm thinking since they just did. I mean, surprisingly, that now that the first time that they've actually done a good thing, an international institution, I'm honestly thinking that the Americans might tear it down completely.
I agree. Because I mean, you've got incoming Trump administration, like
Yeah.
high cabinet officials saying, like basically threatening
Oh yeah,
the institutions,
openly,
like
openly.
we'll send you a letter.
We'll send you a severed horse head that you can't refuse. Capiche? So yeah, I'm thinking that this is the first time that there's a victory by an international institution. Like, fuck it, let's tear the whole fucking thing down. It's not working, bruv. And I'm thinking, but yeah, let's not catastrophize. It was a good thing. It was a good thing. I mean, yeah, as Luigi said, it's limited the degree to which it will contribute to resolving the conflict, but it's a very good first step, and we haven't had those in a while. Yes.
Applauding sounds. I'm
Yes,
applauding.
yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, good sir. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's move on then after this good news. I mean, it's just briefly, people. We've got some updates on what has been happening with Trump's greatest of nomination picks, Luigi. Matt Gaetz has withdrawn his nomination, Luigi,
Got a picture.
as
I mean,
Attorney General.
that guy looks like a sex offender. I mean, look at him.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. When I prepared the article, when I was loading it up, I was like, same thing, 100% same thought as Luigi right now.
100%.
Fuck me, even Vance looks like an angel next to this guy.
Yeah,
This guy looks
Vance looks like
the
a normal guy.
absolute creeper, dude.
This guy looks like he sells ice cream to minors. Okay, enough with Matt Gaetz's appearance. So
The Florida man has a Florida man exits battlefield, Luigi. Quickly with haste. It seems Florida man too many 17-year-olds, Luigi. And
too
yes,
many. Well, they're censoring us, George.
He's forcing us to do it because he's such a degenerate, folks. But I mean, it's not 100% clear why he withdrew. I mean, up to the moment he withdrew, Trump was doubling down on the nomination, right? I didn't expect him to withdraw, to be honest with you. But before he announced he was withdrawing, there are a couple of facts out there we can throw out. We don't really know. But just before he announced he was withdrawing, CNN reported that the woman he's alleged to have had sex with when she was 17 told the House Ethics Committee that there had been a second sexual encounter with Gaetz. This may have contributed. I mean, Trump came out, Luigi, quite quickly after Gaetz announced his withdrawal. Trump came out being like, with a post, I greatly appreciate the recent efforts in seeking approval to be Attorney General. I thought you just picked them, Trump. What the fuck? Very beta. He was doing very well, but at the same time did not want to be a distraction for the administration, for which he has much respect. Matt has a wonderful future, and I look forward to watching all of the great things he will do. What do you think, Luigi? Bit capitulating, isn't it? I mean, a little bit weak from Trump, right?
Dude. This is the art of the deal, like in real time, right? He's like, he brings you the craziest Florida man, sex offender, candidate you can ever find to be the country's top attorney, like top lawyer.
Yes.
And everybody goes like, dude, you literally can't do that. I mean,
17-year-olds,
even for us, dude, this is a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, someone better.
But he seems to have relented quickly. Now, it may have been that Matt couldn't go through all the scandals coming out during his nomination in the Senate, or it could be that he genuinely couldn't get those because there's a 3-seat majority in the Senate, right, Luigi? 3-seat majority. Maybe he lost 4 senators. There's been reporting that the 4 senators, Luigi, are Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski. Those are known moderates in those I could easily see being opposed. And apparently so was John Curtis, who is succeeding Mitt Romney. I could imagine that as well because Mitt was one of the few Trump critics. And the last one is pretty revealing. Apparently Mitch, the great Mitch, the turtle, the most evil, we discussed last episode, the most evil of walruses. Now we have the most evil of turtles, Luigi, Mitch McConnell. Apparently he denied Matt. Apparently, allegedly, there have been reports that Mitch wouldn't go for it. What do you think?
So, I mean, I think Mitch McConnell doesn't really communicate with the environment at this point.
So
Like
whoever,
anyone that's seen like Mitch on a camera recently knows what I'm talking about. The guy is honestly, I'm surprised he's still breathing.
then who might it be that's making this decision? Is it the Koch brother, the
Yeah,
puppet master who's got
whoever
it
is controlling Mitch
with
McConnell.
his
Yeah,
fist up Mitch's asshole, and it's like Mitch say
basically.
no. This is too controversial, Mitch.
No, no.
No. So Mitch said, I mean, yeah, Matt has withdrawn. Didn't take Trump long to come up with a new nomination. Came up with Pam Bondi, whatever. She was the Florida. She was the former Attorney General for the former Florida State Attorney General. So at least she has some experience doing this. Is she better than Matt? Yes, I mean, obviously.
I
Pretty
mean,
much,
anyone
pretty
is
much, yeah.
better.
Pretty much anybody's better. She has helped with Trump. She's been with him since the start, since 2016. She has supported Trump. She helped him with his legal defense during his first impeachment. She parroted claims that the 22. She's obviously an election
So, I
denier.
mean, this is a rite of
Yeah,
passage
100%. You gotta
in
be
the
that to even be considered. Yeah.
exactly. Like it's dark MAGA time, baby.
Yeah, she attended Trump's criminal trial in New York. Anyway, it's Pam Bondi. Apart from being the Attorney General for Florida, she was a chair at a fucking think tank. She was a lobbyist, but again, not even nearly as bad as Gates. So this one is going through, is what I'm saying. I didn't even expect the Gates to withdraw, but it seems fuck me. I don't know what's happening, Luigi, but Matt had to withdraw. An unfortunate quick setback to Donny, right? I mean, there was another one that we reported on, but didn't make much of. That John Thune got elected the Senate leader instead of, I don't know, Rick Scott. Again, Trump didn't weigh the scales too much on that one. I thought he pulled back. Anyway, let's move on. We have
The pastrami.
the pastrami and the great genius of the modern era. I mean, have you heard of this? They have called for ending work from home. They're gonna be the ultimate dipshits. And they're gonna end
Oh,
all work from home for federal employees. Apparently, that's one of their great ideas, Luigi. Comments
clearly two dipshits that have
that are enjoying being the absolute dipshits that they are,
it's
right?
like yeah, I mean let the people like it's quite established by now that work from home doesn't really affect efficiency or productivity.
Obvious, but
Gonna put it
no, obvious. That's why we won't even bother debate. This is just them being dipshits because they like it, and they expect that some people will voluntarily terminate their employment because they can't go to work at this point 5 times a week. So they expect some resignations, which, as they've stated, they want.
and I imagine this is the first of many stupid
Oh
policies we're
yeah.
gonna see over the coming months.
And I mean, I read Luigi by Harvard professor Jeffrey Frankel. I mean, just going through quickly their plan, what they have stated they want to do. As you said last time, Trump added 8 trillion to the national debt, which was, I mean, all previous presidents combined had accumulated 20 trillion. And according to Musk, their fake government department, as you say, it's a fake one, whatever, it's an advisory one, people. They want to be able to slash at least 2 trillion from the budget each year, which amounts to 31% of annual US spending, 7% of US GDP. And I mean, as
It's
the guy
sheer
said,
fantasy,
sheer
yeah.
fantasy, because,
By the way,
yes,
here's a fun fact about this. The Americans already don't spend so much on the public level, right? So, for
yeah,
example, when you take the United Kingdom, about 45 to 50% of all spending is done on the government level. The same number for France is around 55%. So, like a majority of the economy is done by the government, essentially.
yes.
In the US, the same percentage is about 25%. Now, if you add state governments, it goes up to 35, let's say, but it's still much lower than Europe, right? So there isn't
As
that
much,
huge
yeah,
government to spend. Like there's no
to cut,
scope
yeah, yeah,
to
yeah,
even do that.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Discretionary spending, as it's called, is the stuff that people care the most about.
Oh
Like
yeah,
maybe,
as exactly as the professor describes here, The Republicans always say they won't cut mandatory programs, but the major entitlement programs, Social Security, Medicare, and the other health care programs, account for half of all federal spending, or 61% if farm price support and other income support programs are included. So, I mean, interest payments account for 13%. You can't cut interest payments unless you default on the debt, but they're not going to do that. And then you've got discretionary spending, which accounts for about 25% of the total expenditure. But if one considers defense spending
Bingo.
untouchable, we are talking about just 12% then of the total budget. So what are they going to cut? Say they cut the Department of Education, Luigi, all of it. That's just 4% that would reduce total spending by. So say you cut foreign aid. That's less than 1% of all federal spending, people. And you don't even want to cut military aid to Israel. So that is just 1/5 of the total if you just want to cut humanitarian assistance then. So say you cut everything, all non-defense discretionary spending, that would still not be enough to save the US federal government 2 trillion annually. Just the professor
So
goes through
literally,
it.
the
So
math
this whole, the
doesn't
whole, yeah,
doesn't
the
add up.
math doesn't add up. It's all so these two beautiful people can gallivant around the United States pretending to be serious people, Luigi, doing their best to fix this shithole that at least one of them definitely contributed to.
Literally. I mean, back to the office 5 times a week is definitely gonna help society move forward.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these are
Obviously.
innovative stuff. I mean, we're
Idiots, man.
witnessing history in real time.
We're witnessing psychopaths just, venting out their insecurities on the population and just making them suffer more because they like it that way. Because they're
Dynamic
psychopaths.
ideas, George.
Dynamic, yeah.
Visionary ideas.
Should we finish up then? He picked up Linda McMahon for Education Secretary. As far
The
as I'm
W-
concerned,
The
yeah,
WWE comes for education.
an excellent pick, first of all. And I think it's 1-1 almost because he had Betsy DeVos last time. He basically picks the biggest female donor he's got,
Exactly.
who's willing
Bingo.
to cut education to the bones. That's Trump's MO on education, right?
Exactly. I mean, literally, the biggest donor gets the job.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
one of those thanks for scratching my back kind of roles.
To finish up, Luigi, Dr. Ross as Medicare and Medicaid Services Administrator. He's gonna work hand in glove with the great RFK Jr. for definitely the most dynamic of duos that are gonna be present in the administration. It's gonna be incredible, Luigi.
Well, I call them the double D, the double
The
D's,
double
dynamic
D.
dipshits.
Yes, yes. And I mean, I've heard Luigi, a lot of people say that, he's got some good ideas, RFK, about eliminating all that shit in their food supply. And, chlorinated chicken, where they chlorine wash that shit to get rid of germs, or, hormones in beef production. He wants to do it more European. Look, I'm 100% in favor for that, but the guy is also 100% an anti-vaccine conspiracy theorist, so I just don't know how to square the two, right? Is he gonna do good things about eliminating substances that shouldn't be there in the food supply, or is he just gonna ban your vaccines? Who the fuck knows? We'll stay tuned, folks. That's what bothers me about endorsing any aspect of RFK Jr., Luigi.
We're gonna find out soon, but yeah, you hit on the nail on the last episodes. Every vaccine will take 1,000 billion years to be produced.
We're gonna trial test them forever until the end of motherfucking time, folks. Yeah, should we call it a day, Luigi?
Let's call it a day on this glorious note, George.
See you, folks. See you soon. Bye bye.
Have a good one. Sayonara.